Alrighty, what up, it's Shankster94, and welcome to day 4 in my live production of Resident Evil Dead Aim Remastered Weapon Review. So today, I'll just be continuing the editing that I was doing last time, and wrong, Wyatt, you are not first. Anyway, yeah, so we'll just be continuing editing today, and I want to get at least a couple weapons in. I kind of started this a little late in my day. Wyatt. Alright. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's open up my editor here. What's up, Cluck and Bell? So yeah, because I started a little late here, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm probably only going to have time for a couple weapons, but I figured do some. With these live productions, I don't feel obligated like I have to make them lengthy. It's basically whenever I feel like working on it, I'll live stream it. It's that simple. Whether I'm only on for 10 minutes or I'm on for 5 hours, it'll be streamed. Alright, so that's all I have to say about the silenced handgun, so that is it for it. Alright, so last weapon edited was the silenced handgun, so today, right now, we'll be getting started on the burst handgun. Alright. So burst, let's put these first two in. There you go. Yep. Now for the next and final handgun, the semi. Now for the next and final handgun. I'm gonna laugh every time a super chat comes through now that I've done that. Did I see the new Bond film announcement? Yeah, I did see that. So that is it. I just noticed the link you sent me. I didn't look too much into it yet, because I was focused on other things. Now for the next and final handgun. I need a white flash in there. Next and final handgun, the semi-automatic handgun. This handgun can. Now for the next and final. Now for the next and final handgun, the semi-automatic handgun. This handgun can fire bursts of 3 rounds. All right, so before I go any further, I need to really sync these up. So. Okay, so it's off just by a little bit. All right. Almost there. I think one more will do it. All right. Alright, sounds pretty synced up right there. Alright, so now that they're synced, I'm gonna add a white flash here in between the two weapons. That is it for it. Now for the next. Now for the next is it for it. Now for the next and final. That is it for it. Now for the next and final handgun, the semi-automatic handgun. This handgun can fire bursts of 3 rounds at one time. Okay, so you notice they get their facts wrong? Like, they call this an automatic handgun when it's actually semi-automatic, and they call this a semi-automatic when it's a burst fire. I am at a loss. Alright, so... new clip.
Okay.
Automatic. And they call this a semi-automatic when it's a burst fire.
Alright, and right there, I can cut a good chunk off.
I am at a loss. Alright, so... fire. Alright.
And right there is when I'm gonna inject the location. So let's go ahead, because... can't wait to one day get these in 16K 240. Jesus Christ.
Fire. Alright, so
Yeah, let's get burst 2 in here.
Alright. So the location of the semi-automatic handgun is in guest room 302 on the ship. Alright.
I'm just doing some close sound checks here. Everything seems to be well leveled already.
Alright. So the location of the semi-automatic handgun is in guest room 302. Semi-automatic handgun. So the location of the semi-automatic handgun is in guest room 302 on the ship. Over here on the bed. Here you go. Semi-automatic handgun. So the location of...
Looks like I cut a little too much.
Here you go. So the location of the semi-automatic handgun is in guest room 302 on the ship. Over here on the bed. Here you go. Semi-automatic handgun. Alright, so over here on the bed. Here you go. Semi-automatic handgun.
Alright, this one should be where it is.
So the location of the semi-automatic handgun is in guest room 302 on the ship. Over here on the bed. Here you go. Semi-automatic handgun. And then this zombie comes out and you either have to deal with him or just skip him.
That's unnecessary part right there.
And then semi-automatic handgun. Alright,
so I need to transition there now, and I believe barn doors is what I use for locations. So
alright, so the location of the semi-automatic handgun is in guest room 302 on the ship. Over here on the bed. Here you go. Semi-automatic handgun. So...
alright, so
alright. Alright, so this is what this save state's for. Alright, so let's test this out.
right there. There's a lot of extra I did over there. There you go.
The sound when I'm sliding through the audio scrubbing. Yeah. Huh.
Alright. So
put some barn doors there too. And we'll reverse these. Oh, that was interesting.
automatic handgun. Alright, so alright, so handgun. Alright, so let's test this out. Test this out. Alright, so let's test this out.
I don't like those little exhales that I do at the end of my speech sometimes.
Alright, so let's test this out.
Sounds much better.
If you time it just right. Alright, so let's test this out.
Right there. That's good slow-mo right there. And put an audio transition there for a cleaner transition. Right there too.
Test this out.
And now I'm gonna find where I go ham with the bullets.
If you time it. If you time it just right, you could fire this just like an automatic pistol. If you time it just right. I'm trying so hard. Alright, that's enough.
Yeah, this one was where I got the closest, I think.
So hard. This just like an automatic pistol. Alright, that's enough. Alrighty. Alright, that's enough. Alrighty. Automatic pistol. Alrighty.
I don't need that little.
Alrighty. So, yep, obviously, as you guys saw, it is burst fire, so it probably is an ammo eater. We're gonna find out just how much damage it deals. Since it's burst fire, I have a feeling it's gonna take less shots, but let's see.
Alright. Oops. That was an accident. This game should have had an ice thrower. Why you say that? Alright, so done with the introduction and location. Let's review.
Now for the next and final handgun, the semi-automatic handgun. This handgun can fire bursts of 3 rounds at one time. Okay, so you notice they get their facts wrong? Like, they call this an automatic handgun when it's actually semi-automatic, and they call this a semi-automatic when it's a burst fire. Alright, so the location of the semi-automatic handgun is in guest room 302 on the ship. Over here on the bed. Here you go. Semi-automatic handgun. Alright, so let's test this out. If you time it just right, you can fire this just like an automatic pistol. So, yep, obviously, as you guys saw, it is burst fire, so it probably is an ammo leader. We're going to find out just how much damage it deals. Since it's burst fire, I have a feeling it's going to take less shots, but let's see.
Okay, now import burst 3 here for the enemy testing.
Shots, but let's see. Let's see. Let's see. But let's see. Alright, so that second zombie took 11 shots, but it's only because I'm pretty sure one of those, if not... Alright, so that second zombie took 11 shots, but it's only because I'm pretty sure one of those, if not a couple, were near leg shots. I was aiming kind of low. A little too low, if you know what I mean. But yeah, aiming kind of low. A little too low, if you know what I mean. But if you know what I mean. But yeah, it appears that this handgun's firepower still doesn't range far from the other two handguns. Still doesn't range. But yeah, it appears that this handgun's firepower But yeah, it appears that this handgun's firepower still doesn't range far from the other two handguns. All of these handguns are taking around the same amount of shots. So there's no difference in firepower, it seems. It's rather just the difference in the way the gun acts. And the difference in the way the gun and the way the gun acts, really. Like fire speed, obviously this one is the king, but the king,
I don't like ums.
but the king, but
And no gaps.
actually this one is the king, and it also is the highest
Oh, I don't need the butt.
This one is the king, and it also is the highest capacity, but it has to be in that burst fire. The only drawback to this handgun, I would say, is the fact that it probably eats up through the ammo pretty fast if you're not careful with those shots. Other than that, though, those shots. Other than that, though, shots. Other than that, though, this probably could be guard. Other than that, though, this probably could be considered the best handgun in that regard. I don't know. To each their own. My personal favorite handgun happens to be the silenced handgun. I don't know. To each their own. No. Regard. I don't know. To each their own. My personal favorite handgun happens to be the silenced handgun. That's just me. Alright. That's just me. That's just me. Alright. Well, that is going... That is... Alright. Well, that is going... That is gonna... That's just me. Alright. That is gonna conclude the semi-automatic handgun, so-called. And that is gonna conclude all of the handguns. Called.
Alright. Save. Alright, let's review.
How much damage it deals. It's gonna take less shots, but let's see. Alright, so that second zombie took 11 shots, but it's only because I'm pretty sure one of those, if not a couple, were near leg shots. I was aiming kind of low. A little too low, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it appears that this handgun's firepower still doesn't range far from the other two handguns. All of these handguns are taking around the same amount of shots. So there's no difference in firepower, it seems. It's rather just the difference in the way that gun acts, really. Like fire speed, obviously this one is the king. And it also is the highest capacity, but it has to be in that burst fire. The only drawback to this handgun, I would say, is the fact that it probably eats up through the ammo pretty fast if you're not careful with those shots. Other than that, though, this probably could be considered the best handgun in that regard. I don't know. To each their own. My personal favorite handgun happens to be the silenced handgun. That's just me. Alright, that is going to conclude the semi-automatic handgun, so-called. And that is going to conclude all of the handguns.
Alright, it's looking good. Notice at the end of each section or whatnot, I check in on you guys in the chat. Alright. Alrighty then. So let's move on to the next weapon, which is the assault rifle. Yep. Here we go. This is gonna be fun.
And that is going to conclude all of the handguns. Alright, now for the next weapon category, and there's only one in it. Assault rifle. This special force's drum... Alright, now for this special force... Alright, now for the next weapon category, and there's only one in it. Assault rifle. This special force...
Alright, I need to get rid of that whole...
This special force... Assault rifle. This special force... This special force... Assault rifle. This special force's drum machine gun...
Actually, before I do that, I need to sync these two tracks. Shouldn't be too hard with this section. Epilepsy warning if you have it. Okay, just about that much.
Go.
Looks like it's pretty synced already.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and... Let's go... Let's go. Let's go.
Oops.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Let's go. One in it. One in it.
Yeah, I think that's it right there. There we go. Alright.
Alright, now for the next weapon.
What's that?
Alright.
No. Dip to white.
Handguns. Alright. And that is going to conclude all of the handguns. Alright, now for the next weapon category, and there's only one in it. Assault rifle. This special force... This...
Okay, so...
Assault rifle. This special force... This... Assault rifle. This special forces drum machine gun can fire 100 round bursts. So round bursts. So yet another factual error. This is yet round bursts. So yet another factual error. Gun can fire 100 round bursts. So yet another factual error.
Oops.
This is not a factual error. This is not an assault rifle. This is a light machine gun, according to. This is not an assault rifle. This is a light machine gun, according to... Well, it is. This is a light machine gun.
I don't...
So, light machine gun. Light machine gun. So, a lot of inconsistencies and facts wrong. And facts wrong in this game. Wrong in this game.
I don't like how I say that, so I'm deleting it.
So, a lot of rifle. This is a light machine gun. So, a lot of inconsistencies and in this game. So, a lot of inconsistencies in this game, it seems. Anyway, though. So, a lot of inconsistencies in this game, it seems. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and test it out. Here it is. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and test it out. Here it is in game. Coolio. Looks pretty generic. All right. Epilepsy seizure warning. There are bright flashes coming about, so you might want to stop this if you are epileptic. Here we go. Let's go ahead and test it out. Here it is in game. Let's go ahead and test it out. Here it is in game. Coolio. Looks pretty generic. Coolio. Coolio. Looks pretty generic. All right. Epilepsy seizure warning. There are bright flashes coming about. So you might want to stop this if you are epileptic. Here we go.
Okay. Okay. Alright, here we go with editing of assault rifle. It's slightly different. And then the whole rest is gonna be sped up. Down to the last shot. Alright, so this part's gonna be slowed down 50%. And then this part, of course, is gonna be sped up by 200%. And it's like nice and even almost all the way through.
Here we go.
Actually, I'm gonna take the last 10 shots back to normal mode. So there you go.
Here we go. Alrighty. Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Spam power. Alright. Power. Alright. So spam power. So the assault rifle, as it's called, which is alrighty then, spam power. So the assault rifle, as it's called, which is not right. I am not right. I am not going to test on a zombie like I did in my original weapon review of this game. I am going to test this out on the halberd, which is the giant bee bug boss. On the halberd, which is the giant bee bug boss.
I wonder where my clip ends there.
Which is the giant bee bug boss. To test on a zombie like I did in my original weapon review. I am not going to test on a zombie like I did in my original weapon review of this game. I am going to test this out on the halberd, which is the giant bee bug boss. Alright.
Just to make this a little more fluent.
Alrighty then, spam power. So the assault rifle, as it's called, which is not right. I am not going to test on a zombie like I did in my original weapon review of this game. Bee bug boss.
Alright. So, got the assault rifle introduced, and oh, I forgot about the location. I did the location of a silenced, right? Yeah, I did. Wait, did I? Hold on, I better check something.
On the ship. If we go into this room over here.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
So if you time gun. So a lot of inconsistencies in this game. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and test it out. Anyway, though,
right there's where we're gonna put the location in. All right. Assault rifle 2. There we go.
anyway, though, so the location of the assault rifle happens to be in the clean room when you're playing as Bruce, anyway.
I could hear it.
Here it is, and this. So the location of the
Just a little more. More. How about one more frame? There we go.
Anyway, though, so the location. Anyway, though, so the location of. Anyway, though, the location of the assault rifle.
Alright, barn doors. Let's do this first, then that.
Anyway, though, the location of the assault rifle. The location. Though, the location of the assault rifle happens to be in the clean room when you're playing as Bruce, anyway. When you're playing as Bruce, anyway.
I don't like that long door.
Anyway. Playing as Bruce, anyway. Here it is in this locker. Assault rifle. Assault rifle.
Did I say anything else?
Another thing is, it starts off in Fong Ling's inventory. So another thing about the assault. So another thing. So another thing about the assault rifle. Playing as Bruce, anyway. Assault rifle. Another thing. Assault rifle. Another thing about the assault rifle is use assault rifle.
Alright, I'm gonna check something. So this is like a double location, and I also did a special transition for one of those occurrences in my weapon review for Resident Evil 2 Remake. So I'm just gonna look at what it was again. Always has to work on it here. There we go. Yeah, here, so.
Alright, time to bring in some Matilda, specifically the high MRG desk. Waiting rooms can be found desk. That's how you figure out this code. Open the desk, and there's the high capacity mag for the Matilda. The muzzle
Page peel. Okay. So page peel, not page turn.
Another.
Wait a minute. No.
Another.
No, it would be page turn.
Another thing.
There you go. "20 frames is my go-to for transition speed most of the time."
Rifle. Another thing about the assault rifle.
except when going in between weapons. So how long was this? 20 frames. All right. I like 30 frames in this case.
Guns. All right. For it. That is it for it. Now for the next.
Alright, that one's good. Alright, back to over here.
Alright. Assault rifle. Another thing about the assault rifle is you start off with it if you play as Fong Ling, along with her silenced handgun. So there's that on your side. Silenced handgun.
And then cut right there. And then we'll close the bond doors since we're done with location. And reverse it. There we go.
Handgun. Let's go ahead and...
It's hardly a transition because they go to the same scene almost.
Another thing about the assault rifle. Let's go handgun. Let's go ahead and test it out. Here it is in game. Coolio. Looks pretty generic. Here it is in this locker.
And a sound check like all these. For all I know, I already did.
Silence the game. Coolio. Looks pretty generic. Alright. Stop this. Call. Be Bug Boss.
Alright, now we're finally going to do the enemy testing here. Here you go. Assault Rifle 3. Oh, yeah. There was only one successful take, and it was the last one, which is probably right here.
Alright, so that took me around 125 shots.
Alright, so we don't need that in there until, like, right there.
Boss. Be Bug Boss.
Alright, and then from there, we're going to speed it up a bit. We're going to speed this whole thing up. Let's try 200% first, see how it looks. Let's try 400%. I like that.
took me around 120.
Alright, I'm gonna...
Alright, so that... Alright, so that took me around 125 shots with the submachine gun to defeat.
Let me see exactly how much it took. So start with 100 bullets. Used all of that clip. It looks like he went up and started the death animation when I hit 77. So the exact amount it took was 123.
Alright, so that took me around 125 shots with the submachine gun to defeat. It was probably just slightly less than that because the animation started to defeat.
I'm gonna put a little title here called Actual. Put it right in the center to be exact. Center this up. There you go.
To defeat. It was probably just slightly less than that because the animation started a little before I hit the 75. Animation started.
Is it just that? The rest of the clip? Yeah, so.
Probably just slight to defeat. Was probably shots with the submachine gun to defeat. Was probably just slight to defeat. Was probably just slightly less than that because the animation started a little bit. Started a little before I hit the 75 mark on my machine gun, right? There. Put the submachine gun. Way less than that because the animation started a little before I hit the 75 mark on my machine gun, right there. So I can right there. So I conclude about 120, 122 maybe submachine gun shots. Now I understand that I went from machine gun shots. Now I understand submachine gun shots. Now I understand that I went for mostly the face in that scenario, but that's only because it was forcing me to that point, and that was the only way. Now I understand that I went. Was the only way that I could accurately the only way that I could accurately hit that thing only and none of its offspring. So that's why I had to bring. So that's why I had to do it like that. So disregard the headshots, that's how many shots it took. So disregard that it took. So yeah, there you go. So that's why I had to do it like that. So yeah, there you go. That is one of the best weapons for it, and that is one of the best. There you go. That is one of the. So that's why I had to do it like that. That is one of the best weapons for it, and I mean, you better have some help and. You better have for it, and you better do it like that. That is one of the best weapons for it, and you better have some health on you when you battle that thing. Thing's not fun to battle. That thing. Alright. Alright, so battle that thing. Alright. Alright, so battle that thing. Alright, so that is gonna conclude the assault rifle. Did I call it submachine gun at some point? Did I call it submachine gun at some point? Assault rifle.
I most likely did.
Did I call it submachine gun at some point?
Alright, saving. And we are done with the assault rifle. Alright, so next weapon is the shotgun. Alright, I'll edit this together and then we're gonna call it. Alright, so 3 weapons today.
Some point. Weapon, the shotgun, and this is also the only shotgun in its class. This wide area attack.
Alright, let's sync them.
Here it is in game.
Way behind. About this much behind. That was actually too much.
Now for the
There you go. That was pretty easy.
now for the next weapon.
Alright, let's do a flash of white here.
Gun at some point. Now for the next weapon, the shotgun, and this is also the only shotgun in its class. This wide area attack weapon is most effective at close range. Well, at close range. Well, that's how I usually use close range. Well, that's how I usually use shotguns, and that is how a shotgun should be used for the most of the part. For the most part, a shotgun should be used. For the most part, weapon is most effective at range. Well, that's how I usually use shotguns, and that is how a shotgun should be used for the most part. So that's how we'll test it. But anyway, so that's how we'll test it. But anyway. For the most part, so that's how we'll test it. But anyway, we'll test it. But anyway, let's go ahead and test it out now.
Alright, and right there is where we're going to put the location. So, shotgun 2.
We'll test it.
Oops, wrong place.
Anyway. So, that's how we'll test it. But anyway. Alright, so the location of the shotgun can be found. Alright, so the location of the shotgun can be found.
Alright, barn doors.
Found in the freezing room after the. So the location of the. So the location of the under in here, and here it is, conveniently placed.
Okay.
So the location of the shotgun. Anyway, so the location of the shotgun can be found in. Not the location. So the shotgun. Anyway, so the shotgun can be found in the freezing room near the kitchen on the ship. You wander in here, and.
Okay, that was too much.
Freezing room near the way. Freezing room. So the location of the shotgun can be found in. Not the location. So the shotgun can be found in the freezing room near the kitchen. So the shotgun can be found in the freezing room near the kitchen on the ship. You wander in here, and here it is, conveniently placed next to some shells. Now, the thing about taking and the shells, and in the on the ship, you wander in here, and here it is, convenient. So the shotgun can be found. So the shotgun can be. So the shotgun.
Alright, I think I finally got it. So.
I believe.
There we go.
Okay. So the shotgun can be found in the freezing room near the found in the free. Anyway, so the.
Alright, I'll put some barn doors there.
Okay. So the. Test it, but anyway, so the shotgun can be found in the freezing room near the kitchen. Freezing room near the kitchen. Found in the freezing room near the kitchen on the ship. Wander in here. On the ship. You wander in here. And here it is, conveniently placed next to some shells. Now, the thing about taking this shotgun and the shells. I believe it triggers all these zombies. I believe it triggers all these zombies. Or as soon as you start. Taking this shotgun and the shells. I believe it triggers shotgun and the shells. I believe it triggers all these zombies. Or as soon as you start exiting the room. Yep, there you go. So you have to act fast and get out. There's the shotgun location. And get out. Or as soon as you start exiting the room. Yep, there you go.
Can't even hear me over those zombies, damn.
These zombies. Or as soon as you start exiting the room. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, this need to go down like big time, alright.
Zombies. Or as soon as you start exiting the room. Yep, there you go. So you have to act fast and get out. Let's go ahead and test it out now.
Alright, barn doors exit. There you go.
Let's go ahead and test it out now. Get out. Let's go ahead and test it out now. Here it is in game. Let's go ahead and test it out now. Here it is in. Here, test it out now. Here it is in game. Here it is in game. Days on game. Game. Days on game.
Alright, I'm getting phone call, people.